beautiful game is great, but it needs to be wrapped around something worth playing. And for most people, Star Citizen ain't it. Now, we've been hearing for years that that's on its way. Is 2021 set to be another one of those years, or could it finally be time for you to take this step by the end of the year? I have here a very nice list of features scheduled to receive work this year. And while there are big ticket items expected to make all the difference to Star Citizen, these smaller but necessary additions will change the way we play the game. I'm Space Tomato, my favorite source for Star Citizen news, and today I'm going to run you through the 9 areas of Star Citizen that could see game-changing developments this year. Thank you for coming to my Tomato Talk. And thanks to my newest patrons, Orion Starhunter and Rockseeker. Before starting, I want to congratulate the winner of our December ship giveaway, Rofus EU. Congratulations on your new Avenger Titan, my man, and thank you for following on Twitter to win your ship. Please contact the email in the description with the email you used, and we'll get you your prize. Make sure to enter the January ship giveaway in the video description, and keep an eye out for my secret codes around all my videos this month to get an extra chance to win the ship. And let me just say again, because I know there will be folks in the comments that missed this, everything you are about to see is only scheduled to receive work this year. These are not scheduled to be finished. These are not promised to be in your hands. They aren't even guaranteed to be the entire feature itself. Also, they may be delayed again anyways, so just keep that in mind. But I believe if just half of these features see major change this year, the game will be completely changed. I hope you enjoy this opinion piece and give me your own list in the comments below. Now let's get to it. Regardless if you agree with the prediction I made back in September about the pinnable locations and exploration making their way into the game in 2021, it looks like there is some form of work being done on the area of features. We are looking at a few features receiving attention this year. The signature system will be getting improved for both damping and detecting, and scanning gameplay will be improved using that same system. This scanning system will work in ships, in vehicles, and on the ground. The following definitions will be used going forward. Your radar is your awareness of your surroundings, probably able to pick up ship transponders, locations, and directions. Scanning is your intuition, information you obtain with a deeper look, also most likely to alert other ships that you may be probing. Ping is basically yelling out into the night, trying to find additional contacts or general areas that might hold some. All feedback will be displayed via the radar and the HUD using augmented reality elements. We've seen some sneak peeks here and there of these scanning and ping activities, but haven't gotten anything very polished in our own hands yet. Improved scanning will be able to be used in missions and general gameplay for players. The ability to describe locations by more than just their proximity to orbital markers will be greatly appreciated. And scanning with the inclusion of a coordinate data system means player-handled data is one step closer. This is an improvement that I think will touch every single player of the game and will be celebrated by all. I think. Not to mention, this goes hand in hand with the new improved star map they're working on as well. For years, we've been teased by different features claiming some form of improved missions. This year, it seems the topic is back on the menu. While the progress tracker has 3 different instances of dynamic events on the schedule, dynamic missions are also on there. When live, the dynamic mission system will allow select mission types to be dynamically tailored to the current environment and quantum at a later date. These missions will be customizable, and payment will accurately reflect the distance traveled and risk involved. After this, the studio will immediately begin working on expanding the system to create further depth. The fantastic part about this is that we can start to expect more consistency when it comes to payouts based on effort, allowing people to more accurately predict their earnings per playtime. Unless you 30k, then sorry. This also, of course, gives us more missions to take on, hopefully in different locations as well, which is always good and I think will make a huge difference to anyone looking to play the game. Cargo is one of the oldest careers available to us to pursue in Star Citizen, tied closely with the evolving economy system, and it has been hurting for some work. With ships like the Hercules Starlifter and the Hull series seeing work this year, the cargo system needs an overhaul to handle larger packaging and more situations regarding cargo. The first of such changes will be to allow found and purchased cargo to be picked up, moved around, and placed into the cargo grid of a ship. Meaning purchased cargo can now be removed, stolen, salvaged, and transferred, and found cargo will be able to be sold at a kiosk or refined at a station. This will make the biggest difference when it comes to selling loot you find on missions, loot being another feature being worked on this year. Both of these features combined will lead to a far-reaching change around the cargo system which affects all players. We've heard quite a bit about Salvage over the years. Time and again it was chosen as the next profession we would get to experience, and over it was pushed back until other supporting tasks could be complete. Well, with things like iCache being implemented this year, maybe this is the one. It looks like all the back-end tasks related to creating the first pass of the Salvage feature are planned to be completed this year. This work could include the power system, pipe systems, physicalized components, more iCache work, and even more. There's a lot of work that needs to be done before this feature can be complete. And while this doesn't mean the profession is actually going to be implemented, it's totally possible we could see it by year's end, but not likely. If we did, this would be one of the largest gameplay changes to the game in years, and could create many opportunities for players outside of Salvage as well. If you'd like to know more about this long-lasting wishlist topper of the community, I'll be making a video on the profession in the coming months, so you can subscribe here to catch that. Or you can check out the official video from CIG that I'll put in the video description. The best ships are the multi-crew ships. Star Citizen is better played with friends for most people. That's why I'm excited for the possibility of multi-crew gameplay improvements this year. Enabling item ports and cargo grids to support vehicle loading via the Vehicle Manager app will allow vehicles to be spawned inside of their vehicles, allowing for teams to take every vehicle they need in one go. You'll no longer need to go to a moon's surface to spawn the rock for your mining squad. And this should also help with stability of vehicles in other vehicles, which can be a problem. The multi-crew permissions system will also be huge for us, allowing players to assign roles to each other in running large ships. Roles determine what access you have to view and manipulate ship systems, and players will be able to customize this as they need. This runs in tandem with recent UI and door systems CIG has also been working on. It'll be good for ship security as the cost of losing your ship and being killed begins to go up this year. Hopefully we'll be dishing out jobs to our crewmen by year's end. And don't think turret gameplay is done being improved. This year plans to also see another pass on turret gameplay to make it peak fun and happiness. The most commonly used in-game interface is the Mobiglass wrist-mounted computer, which acts as your go-go gadget of everything in 2951. At long last, with the improvements wrought of the Building Blocks UI system, this device will begin to see its various apps changed into something more dynamic and enjoyable. This is a major deal because almost every major action in the game, at least currently, requires the Mobiglass. Purchasing items, taking missions, requesting docking permissions, equipping your weapons, and many, many more things. Updates to the mobiGlass are one of the most forward-facing and obvious UI changes the game will see in years, and will affect every single player when they happen. This year, the Mission Contract Manager, Reputation Viewer, Asset Manager, Ship Calling Service, and Notification Center are all receiving major work at some point. That Asset Manager works in tandem with another great development that we might see this year. Many games allow players to carry around a large amount of items that either has no limit or is higher than realistically possible. Star Citizen aims to go the other direction, as some other games have done. Your inventory will be limited to what you can carry, though rest assured there are plenty of places to carry things on heavy armor. But weapons, minerals, and extra bags may be a little bit limited. Your ship will also be limited in what it can carry, and your access to those things is limited based on your location. Items, clothes, and armor will be stored in lockers, which are scheduled to see work in the Tier 1 phase this year. This will allow your physicalized storage as well as a more robust and tactile method of storing things on shelves and attachment surfaces. It also builds on the personal inventory, expanding the inventory UI to include lockers. Of course, with lockers, work will also be done towards allowing the actual physical storage of many items in backpacks, pockets, and containers, using the new iCache system to keep objects where they belong. Then there's the aforementioned Asset Manager, a new app being built to help you keep track of all the different physicalized inventories we've been talking about. This app shows the recent move towards fully fledged professions that CIG seems to be taking, with various concepts supporting a gameplay opportunity. Paired with physicalized inventories, it will completely change the way every player plays the game. But the Asset Manager is not the only UI that could see work this year. Star Citizen has a painful relationship with UI. It's never really been great, like a single time. Some interfaces have been good, some acceptable, and sometimes even celebrated, but generally, it all needs work. 2021 looks to be an exciting year with quite a bit of work scheduled for several interfaces. This is because of that building blocks tool I mentioned that was completed last year. It has already allowed for new, improved, and lighter weight interfaces to be implemented at a much higher frequency, and some of the upcoming work we've seen that it can produce has me very excited. Here we have a look at the new power sequences and transitions for ship HUDs, and if you look closely you might catch a glimpse of what I think could be the new FPS HUD as well. We already know that new and very good looking MFDs are coming as well. MFDs are the displays that you will use to control various systems in your ship while receiving important information that is not crucial enough to be on your HUD. They've always been difficult to use, pretty bland, and honestly quite buggy, so it'll be great to have some updates there. Just like the HUD, these MFDs will likely be different depending on which company or species has built your ship. Of course, as I mentioned before, there are also a few new apps coming to the mobiGlass, like the tracking app and the ASOP replicator. But it looks like the older apps could also be getting a fresh coat of paint as well, which cannot come soon enough. One UI addition that I'm hoping for this year is particularly exciting to me, and that is the updated Quantum interface. Besides the possibility of this interface actually being lined up and centered, it could be greatly expanded to provide more detailed information and more pleasant animations, more in line with the new refining and mining HUDs, with a little bit of the new flight system HUD mixed in as well. All in all, this looks like it could be the first year we really see the building block system unleashed across the company, so expect to see several new user interfaces across the game that will impact everyday play. Finally, there's hacking, a feature that has seen a few progressive iterations over the years, from simply tapping a computer screen to using one of several crypto keys which will allow you to hack the criminal database. This year, the back-end tech for the new hacking feature will get some work. While likely not coming this year, the feature will probably be seen once or twice in various ways. It will be used to access systems and areas that have not been previously opened to the player. The hacking process will be represented via a minigame that is displayed by the player's HUD visor. For anybody that might want to get somewhere that others rather them not, this will change the game in an amazing way. While there is an almost certain chance we won't see all of these features this year, work actively being done on the features means we will most likely see something related to most of them. As the year rolls on and the progress tracker is updated, you can count on Space Tomato here to keep you updated on these features and keep you informed on when you might be seeing them. I'm excited to see a more transparent look at all the activity that's taking place at any given time in the company, and I hope this new, more player-facing chapter of content we have coming up arrives on time. As I've said, if you enjoyed this look at the future ahead, consider subscribing to this channel to get more updates on what's going on with Star Citizen throughout the year. You can also help to support this channel while receiving many various perks by becoming a member on Patreon. Those members are also helping to fund our giveaways, one of which you can find in the video description, the others of which you can find on my Twitch channel, which also happens to be down in the video description. I'd like to thank you for coming to check this video out and ask you to tell me, what are the things you're most looking forward to this year or even next year? Put them down in the comment section below, or join our Discord server, which you can find in the video description, where over 1,000 other Star Citizen fans and sci-fi gamers are chatting, playing together, and sharing screenshots every day. I hope to see you there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Huge thank you to my top supporters, TK, the Alpaca, the Huntress, Benen, Dasek, and Holston Coop.